All right, we're finally underway. We have loaded up the truck. We've got the Griffin in the back seat sleeping. We are about 1 kilometer away from home, stopping at the grocery store for some sandwiches. And then we are going to hit the road. It's been a lot of work getting everything ready. It's currently 12 o'clock. Original plan was to leave at 9. So that's about right for us. I'm not too upset with it. That's the way I was expecting it to go. In fact, even leaving today was kind of, it wasn't necessarily going to be the case. So I'm happy we're actually able to leave today. That means we're not going to be able to meet our goal for Kamloops for today. I think we're going to get a little bit short of that. We'll just have to see how far we can get with Griffin in the back. Getting ready was definitely difficult. There's lots to do. We have lists, and then we have lists with other lists on them, like a list of lists. So it's lots of stuff to get ready for traveling for a month, but at the same time, we're probably overthinking it because we're gone for so long. We could just buy something if we're missing it. So there is that too. I've hit the odometer, just hit the 000 before we got started. I'm expecting a 5,000 kilometer round trip odometer bill at the end. I never did figure out how much to expect for gas pricing, so we will keep track of that. We're at 3/4 of a tank now we're starting with, so I'll keep that in mind when I do my final calculation. But I want to try and track all the gas bills and get a proper calculation of what it did cost to do the road trip. I would say we are good to hit the road. Let's get some sandwiches and let's get a couple hours under our belt.
Sandwiches, parfait, got all these snacks.
Should we get going?
Yes.
Right now, how do we get this trailer out of this parking lot? Yeah, it's mostly just holding the camera, not really. How you doing, Griffin? How you doing? We've been on the road for 2 hours. We just had our first rest stop. And you got a diaper change, and you stretched your legs.
Wasn't expecting it.
How's your first rest stop?
Was good.
Yeah?
I wish there was more crawling space for him, like a field or something. But
Yeah. This is definitely more of a truck stop more than a family stop. So, all right, Griffin, let's see if we can get 2 hours of driving time in. Maybe you could fall asleep? You want to fall asleep? Let's see how we do. We did it! Yay. First rest stop achieved. Let's go already.
Turn right onto Coachman Highway South Juliet Drive.
This is a campground.
Oh, I just pulled over.
It's like a campsite.
Yeah. All right, do you want to get him out of here, or do you want to?
Yeah, I think we should just take a break.
As good a spot as any. I saw the river and I'm like, it kind of looks like a nice spot to pull over. And then you said, we should probably pull over. I'm like, yeah, done. Pulled off the highway. Griffin was having a little bit of a moment where he's like, all of a sudden the car wasn't good enough anymore. So we just pulled a random turn off, and 30 seconds off the highway, we just pulled into a campsite here that's really beautiful. I'm amazed that no one's camping here. We've got a campsite just right on top of this creek. This is a great spot to just pull over. There's one other person here, and that's it. We've just parked the truck off to the side. We're just going to stretch our legs, let Griffin put his feet in the water, and we'll get back on the road. the best little roadside stop ever? They're cold now. They're cold now. Okay, so this is a great little pullover spot. We just spoke to one of the other people that are camping here. Right by the creek, there's a couple spots. It's apparently a free private site, or free public site. It's just off the highway. I guess we'll put a little pin of the coordinates on the video, you know, here or here. And yeah, this is a beautiful little spot. He said he would camp here. He's camped here for years. He just comes here, and it's a great spot. Nobody knows about it. Maybe I won't put the pin there. I'll say it's in this general area, but there's other campsites up the road if you go over the bridge and keep going. In the spring, the water is rushing through here a lot more, he says, but this is a nice little quiet spot that I don't know if I'd be able to find on a map. I'm going to look it up and see if I can find any information about it, but if you're driving through the Coquihalla and you need to pull over, this is a great little spot. So it's really pretty here. I'm really surprised at how much space there is as well for a Saturday of a long weekend on a pretty main highway. Well, I think Christy is drying off Griffin, and if Griffin will have it, we will get back on the road. I kind of prefer our spot even to these ones.
Yeah, you can see the river.
There was one other spot that he said, oh, it looks like everyone's heading to the beach. Like a lot of people are trucking that way. So this was another option, she said, is that if we wanted to park behind these tents, we could. By the porta potty here, on this side.
Oh, right here.
And I'm like, this is more space, but I kind of wanted the privacy of our own thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad spot.
Yeah,
but
okay.
The other one's fine.
Yeah. Considering that
Well, bigger than I thought.
it goes way back there. Yeah. It's all along the river, so
It's nice.
we can go for a stroll or whatever. Are you even that hungry? I'm really not hungry. Yeah.
I'm not hungry for dinner.
Yeah, I think that like we got we snagged a little gem actually. Kind of a little bit of a gem. So the beach is like, I guess, here. Doesn't look like a beach. There's a bunch of people piling up over here. I wonder if there's like you said, an event, like maybe some boat races or something.
Well, the Dragon Boat Festival is this weekend here.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's passing by.
Oh, this is definitely the beach. Oh, there's like they made a water slide. They made a little water slide out of plastic.
Okay.
We're at this campground, and someone's setting up their own water slide with a generator, a water pump, and a big long thing of plastic. And there's a lineup of people already waiting to use it.
Yeah, here it comes. We're good. that's a good
How's the show from up here? Okay, so we've settled in for the evening. We found quite the pretty little site that was it's already past capacity. The overflow is almost full, so they just stuck us in a corner. And it's not huge, it's actually it's small, but it's a nice little corner here. Take a look. So we've got about, 6 to 8 feet of just some green space, and you go straight onto the river. Nice little view. It's quite pleasant out, it's cooled down. Griffin is stretching his legs over off to the side there. We are next to the porta potty, but I mean, hey, it was way already over full, and we got a nice little private spot otherwise. How'd you like the idea of looking for a spot, not knowing where we're going to be?
Maybe I was naively optimistic, but I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried that we wouldn't find one.
It wasn't stressing you out. No. It was starting to stress me out.
It should have stressed me out because it's a long weekend, but for some reason I just figured we'd find some pull off on the side of the road and we would figure it out.
Yeah, that was I would rather find some kind of lookout point off the highway than a parking lot if we could have.
Yeah. Maybe I was encouraged by those pull off spots we saw off the Coachman because I figured we'd find something that was just in the bush off the highway, and we saw those ones. So I thought, we'll find something. Yeah,
just some side road would have been good enough off the highway. This place is called
Silver Road RV Park.
Silver Road RV Park in Kamloops, and we are paying $32 for the night for what would be considered a tent site. So no service, no plumbing, but we can dump the tank if we wanted to, which we won't because we'll barely use any water.
Feels a little pricey, but it also has full washroom, showers, and amenities.
Yeah. I feel like I want to have a shower, but I don't really need one.
Maybe not the first night.
Yeah.
Oh.
That wasn't
me.
That wasn't. Good job, Griffin. Yeah, we're just across from downtown Kamloops, just across the Red Bridge, I think they called it. Just staying sort of just by the river here. Hey, buddy. Does that playpen feel huge after a day of being in the car all day? You did pretty good today. Had a few freakouts, but you did really well for a 4 or 5 hour drive. So, good job. So this is where we're finishing out our very first day of our road trip. It's been fun. It's weird to think that we're going to be living out of this camper for 4 weeks. We've never done anything like this, and I'm excited to try it out.